offensive. It's just that I accidentally, when you're in the screen that says like which player do you want to play as, shows what hold you were in and also what level in that hold you were in. So I accidentally leaked the title of my entry for a contest upcoming. So I'll make sure to cut that out of the live before I come, once this is done posting. Hopefully no one has seen it, although I guess you could always trek back if you really wanted to spoil yourself on that information for some reason. Anyway, hello. So what I started to say before realizing I hadn't posted in Caravelle chat was that when I actually seriously looked at it, the trapdoor puzzles in Sadako's, whatever it's called, power source station, there's no way to treat them as a mathematical puzzle other than making like every single trapdoor, with certain exceptions, every single one of them a vertex and trying to find a Hamiltonian path, which of course is the NP complete problem. And there are a lot of trapdoors, so that's a lot of vertices. Even when you take like a path that you have to take all at once, you compress that into a single vertex. That still doesn't really help, because even like 1 North has like 20 or 40 vertices even doing that, many of which are very heavily connected, and that complicates the computational complexity as well. Anyway, so I'm putting a hold on trying to solve that mathematically. Maybe I'll just solve it in MS Paint for myself sometime later and come back to it. But for now, I'm leaving that off. I'm not dealing with that right now. Dilapidated dungeon of the spike traps. Of the floor spikes. Sorry, not the spike trap, the floor spikes. Oist is a fairly small island, and its kings never enjoyed some of the luxuries available in places like Afelna or Glotharid, such as rafting down the roaring River Dugan or hunting for game in Nodden Forest. To fill the long winter hours, they took up the pastime of devising ever more fiendish methods of torturing their enemies. This elevated to the status of a science, and so their dungeons rapidly filled up with test subjects. Criminals, assorted troublemakers, anyone who dared to challenge their rule, and people they just didn't like very much. The dungeons, naturally, were excavated in the depths below the castle, free from the bothersome interference of natural light. Some said it was the expansion of these dungeons that had led to the castle's collapse. In any case, when the castle fell into the depths, it was the dungeons that took the brunt of the hit. A few of the deadly floor spikes were dislodged, leaving something the order-loving kings of West Oist would have hated: gaps where one could stand and be safe. For a moment, at least. Alright, floor spikes. We can only go this way. And then we can only go this way. Okay. That was that room. I guess an introduction to floor spikes works. I appreciate the various floor tile types being used here to convey that things are kind of busted. Like, you could envision that the tiled floor that Beether is standing on is like the original flooring, and these alternate flooring are like things like pieces of the ceiling that fell off, or like, ceiling tiles that fell all over the place. And of course, these, the dirt floor is like bits and pieces have fallen off. It's floor that's like got scuffed up or destroyed or whatever. Anyway. So, do I need to... I probably need to keep these eyes safe, don't I? Yeah, it'd be too easy to just kill them. So what I need to do... Looks like I need 2 less turns. Or something. Yeah, there we go. That'll do it. Okay, you're permitted to die now. And... that's actually exactly... If I could have been 1 turn earlier, that would have worked, so I need to be 9 turns later. Perfect. Probably. Yeah, good enough, at least. Okay. This looks like I want to be as close to the edge as possible, so do that. Yeah, exactly. Okay. And for this one, if I wait, let's see, I bet I just want them to go off immediately after it steps forward. So this. Oh. Helps if I'm in the right, if I'm where I think I am when I actually move. Oh, no, that's not going to do it. I guess that's waiting too long. I must want it to be standing at the precipice right when they go off, so like that. Yeah, that's kind of the most extreme that could have gone. Also, there's a broken wall right here. And we have a secret variant. Look at that. Here you're only allowed to target exactly the precise timing. So let me see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, obviously I'm done. 5. Okay, now for you. There is one trick I could envision a room like this pulling, or I could envision myself pulling in a room like this, perhaps. What if I'm supposed to do this? I could just reuse that one instead of bothering with the other one. Now, I don't know if I need to do that. Do I? I do need to do that. Oh, look at that. Okay. So, let me see. I need 5 again. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should have just remembered that number, of course, but, well, you know. Okay, and then this one is probably fine. If I just do that. It might be that I need to combine techniques. Yeah, I see it. Stand on this wall for a moment. And yeah, just like that. Nice. Very nice escalation of the concepts in the original. Yeah, you could actually use the same ideas to cheese some of the original. Like having a guy stand against a wall for a little bit and then go into the safe tunnel. Things like that were available in the original, I just didn't use them, because I didn't have to. Don't step on a force arrow. Okay. Let's see, that closes that door. Do I want that door closed? I can't see why I would. Let's see, these open those. Okay. This just... Oh! Okay, that's a toggle. Alright, so our goal in this room... We want to hit this orb, and then after this orb is hit, then the roach will exist. So we probably just want the roach to go sliding across here, meaning that the ideal place for these 3 golems would be right here on these spikes. Actually, it doesn't matter, does it? Like, can't I just... Hold on. Can I not just... Oh, no. I need the golems to block the way up. Okay. Or honestly... Basically, if the golems are in these 3 spots, that would also be good enough, I think. Or, hold on, let me look at the roach's path again. Okay, yeah, it's already up here by the time that it's... So actually... Okay, what I should do... is try to block its... Yeah, I need to think carefully on how to block it just right. If I do this, then its diagonal path would take it up this way. That's no good. No, I think my original thought was correct. No, wait, the golem's already up here. No? Yeah, so... Okay, this is not complicated, I just need to do this. That's all I need to do. I'm overthinking it really hard. I just need the guys to be in 3 specific spots, and that should be really easy to arrange. Do I even need to interact with the spikes at all? I mean, in the strict sense of that I'm keeping the roach from touching the spikes and that the golems are dying on the spikes, yes, but I didn't need the spikes' help to kill anything. Anyway, annoying arrows, so the challenge is called. Just a quick poke around. Am I missing any secret entrances here? It would be... I was about to say, it would be kind of mean to hide a secret entrance in here, because you have to have the room unclear to open that, but I think this hold has a regular practice of only doing something like that if there's also a seating beacon. It's usually pretty clear about it. I don't want a restore point. Like, I'm not likely to use a restore point, but I don't want one that, like, if I start to go in a direction, I'll instantly die. Okay. So, what's the deal here? Okay, all those are on broken orbs. Got it. These close the door. So this is a hurry in quick room. I guess that's all there is to it. If there is more to this room, I'm not perceiving it yet. No, that's the whole room. Okay. No problem. I guess just to emphasize that these destroy cracked orbs and also activate orbs in general, although we haven't seen an instance of them activating an orb yet, as far as I can tell. Alright. So... Okay. I probably need to watch my timing a little more carefully than that. But that's the right idea. Oh, actually, this is perfect. I just want there to be one roach to go push the button the last time. Here we go. Okay. Next. We have an ever-expanding square here going on. Strike 3 or fewer orbs before activating both arrow rotator tokens, then clear the room. This sounds like it's going to be a somewhat complicated room. Okay, hang on. So someone should be standing on these buttons to activate the arrow rotator button tokens. The orbs open the way for those. Okay. The roaches are opened by that. Everybody needs to make it past here somehow. Wait. How can... Oh, the tokens. Right, of course. Yeah, I use arrow rotator tokens so infrequently in my own building that I sometimes forget they exist. It's a little bit sad. I should use them more. I always have a hard time thinking of a good puzzle for them, though. Alright, well I have a plan on what to do here. I just need to block the roaches in just the right way, right? So why don't I just time things correctly for that's probably good enough. Okay, no, I need 3 turns sooner. Or later? Yeah, 3 turns later. No, 1 additional. There we go. One additional. Okay, that's 3 orbs I've struck. Now, can I make this work out? Not if I just let a roach die to the spikes. Okay. Yeah, I guess that won't really work. I need to think more carefully about how to do this. Actually, do I? Why don't I just... Yeah, why would I... Okay, hang on. So I'm thinking, why am I trying to make the roaches hold the button down when they keep slipping and sliding around? It's obviously better to just have a golem hold the buttons down. So I would need one guy here, and, well, I guess as long as I have... Yeah, I just need one. So I need 2 turns sooner. No, that's not right. 2 turns earlier. Yeah, I just need to pin a golem there. Kill a golem there. He'll pin a golem so I can go south. And I don't care what this golem does otherwise. So he can go ahead and die. And this golem can let me go north. There we go. That's all I had to do. Then I can just go kill everything. The roaches don't matter. And now I'm just gonna clean up. I almost... if I do this right, I can avoid needing to actually walk back in there myself. Yeah, there we go. Golem stash. Alright. And... let's see, is this a... Okay, that's going to toggle a bunch of things. And those do something. So imagine that a roach steps here. That opens that door. Imagine that a queen steps here. That would open the other door. Okay. So this is just a regular roach maze. You'd use the queen. You use the queen one way and the roach the other way. And you just need to keep them safe from the spikes. I think that's all there is to this. I mean, I could be wrong. But I don't see anything else more complicated is happening. So now I will bring the roach out first. Then... yeah. That's it. Just noting the interaction between Queen and Spike. That is, the Queen won't try to spawn on Spike. Alright. Well, I found one secret room in this level. It feels like there's conspicuous space for one south of this room, but I think I poked all the edges of this room. It doesn't look like there's one attached to the entrance either. This was a very open level. There wasn't really like a tutorial section like, let me show you all the things. It's just like, here's a bunch of various puzzles with the spikes. I'm sure I can trust you to figure out how they work. Or something like that. Alright, well, if there's any more secrets that attach to this level, I haven't noticed them. I'm going to not fret too much about looking for them for now. Alright, well, that was the spikes level. Since the spikes just went off, I can just go straight through. Very nice. Okay. Oh, it's Wubba's. It's Wubba's time. Kennels. The Wubba kennels? I guess so. I don't imagine there's any dogs in these kennels. Desperate to impress the beautiful Lady Talpa and make her his third wife, King Hesper annexed acres of nearby land to build luxurious kennels for her 6 pet Wubbas. They lived in contentment for a while, until one fateful day when Talpa remarked that the amount of time King Hesper spent with the barmaids at the Serpent's Head was a bit unreasonable. The hot-tempered king had her executed for treason, and the kennels were closed off, the Wubbas abandoned to fend for themselves. Of course, as any Slightmaster knows, Wubbas are not only capable of fending for themselves indefinitely, but are also virtually indestructible. And so 6 Wubbas soon became 12, then 24, then 48, and so on until the kennels were a nightmarish death trap for anyone foolish enough to venture inside. Fun. There's a scroll up there with that Wubba. Hey, it's a Wubba! Aw, they're so cute and friendly. A little bit too friendly. Get out of the way! Alright, I'm gonna try to read that scroll. Is this... Okay, it's just that. Easy enough. What do you have to say to yourself? The door to the stairs starts open. It will always start open. Doors are reliable like that. Okay. Sure. I'm a little puzzled in that. Oh, there's a conquer token in this room, by the way. We need to press that. Okay. Well, I don't want to start the room from here. I'd rather start it from outside of that room. Okay, first... Actually, how do I keep somebody on that? Is it... Oh! Okay, that door starts open. Got it. So I actually don't want anybody on that one. But... Oh. Okay, so this is a complicated little... Not horribly, but a little complicated kind of door holding puzzle thing. How can I make enough ones? Oh! Oh, maybe it's... Yeah. That way, stepping off of it. Okay. That's interesting. That's not really a Wubba kind of problem. That's more of a... door pressure plate kind of problem. But it is something important to make sure that one understands at least. How does this work? I guess I need to lure a couple of Wubbas in here. Make this start in the right configuration. Lure some Wubbas in. And find a way to make them keep the door in place. No, I'm not complaining, I just found it kind of interesting, just to be clear. Okay, that was that. I achieved the thing that the scroll was intended to teach me how to do, I think. Here are some roaches. So this is the classic, hey, you can use Wubbas as a shelter against roaches kind of situation. I shouldn't need more than 2 or 3, right? Yeah, 2 would have done it. Let's look at that. I'm not... I guess, I'm not sure that being a disableable forest arrow, aside from Sorry. I guess that being a force arrow that you can disable doesn't seem like that does anything that a no force arrow there at all wouldn't do, but it looks better aesthetically, so I guess it's fine. Alright, here is the bubbles on a force arrow room, I guess. Having headphones on, this particular song, that little thumping percussion instrument, has a lot of stereo to it. Like, it goes back and forth between the ears. Not something I've ever noticed before, because I don't have a habit of necessarily playing by myself with headphones on. Really neat little touch. I will admit, I'm kind of stumbling in the dark when it comes to this room. I guess I have to do that. I don't know how to get it unstuck from that tile. Is just a bad position. That works. Then, maybe. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't know how someone who carefully studies and analyzes a room would solve that one. I mean, I guess you can very carefully plot out the path while contemplating all three potential states of every single force arrow in the entire zone, but I feel like just kind of trying to make everything work is the only thing that I can manage. So, this is interesting. This is using the Conquer tokens as a hazard, and okay, this starts closed, and I accidentally clicked OBS here. So that starts closed, and the only way to open it is by pressing this, meaning that the wubbas will be very inconvenient in getting in the way of keeping it closed. But there is a hot tile here. So I could kill off at least some of the wubbas that way. Probably enough to pin them somewhere less in the way. On a straight line. I just have a slight suspicion that that scroll might be a challenge scroll, and that if so, the challenge might be something like kill a minimum amount of wubbas or something. I'm kind of hoping that's not the case, but just know that if it is, I anticipated it. Maybe it's killed the maximum amount of wubbas. I don't know. anyone ever count how many Wubbas are actually in this level? I'm a little curious, since the lore of this level actually mentions a number of Wubbas multiple times. I mean, yes, it's not going to be the original number that's still here, but is it a multiple of 6? Or a power of 2 times 6? I wonder. I mean, I guess arguably some of them, you know, might have been outcompeted and died or something. I mean, surely Wubbas are capable of starvation. Although I don't have any idea what they eat besides, I guess, foolish smite masters. We get trapped in between hordes of them. I was gonna say that position looked good, but it really didn't. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. Well, I can get rid of one more. Maybe that will be good enough to not... That doesn't. What does the scroll say? Are you serious? Are you really serious with that? I don't like that challenge. Honestly, my first instinct is to give that a complete skip, a complete pass, and not even try. I don't know. Maybe I should try it just once and see what happens. So, how could I do this without killing any Wubbas? Well... there's so many of them that maybe they could just hold this button down the entire time that I go over to the Conquer token. That almost worked. If that one Wubba had been one tile farther to the west or something, then it could have pressed the multi-press right after this crowd went off of the... They can't possibly hold it down. But... you know, I thought it would be only kill 1 or 2 Wubbas, or like kill like half as many Wubbas as it seemed was necessary. But no, don't kill a single one. That has to mean that the right solution is to somehow make a Wubba press the multi-press plate after all the other ones get off of it or something, or get out of the way. Because there's no other way this could possibly work. That, or somehow create a stable configuration of them that stays stable and on the button all the way to the Conquer token. That's just not going to happen. They're not placed in a way where I could just let them stay in the environment around. They're going to crowd up as soon as I try to press this button, so... like this area the hot tile is in, it's it's not really... Like, there's no way to keep any amount of levas stable inside of that box. So it can't really be used for the challenge. It's just kind of irrelevant to the challenge. It's all about making them somehow press the button after I go past. Or something like that. If there was literally anything off to the east of this button, this could be done, but there's just nothing there. And... yeah, if that was a little farther, if the target was a little farther to the west, then I could do something like this. Pull one of the levers up into the box, then down south to press the target. But that's not possible either. So the only possibility is there's some magical way to line them up so that one of them, so that after all the rest of them are out of the way, exactly when I'm at the conquer token, one of them will just decide to run by and press the multi-press so that that'll be open. And then I have exactly enough time to step on the token and step back out of the door, onto the door. That's the only way this could possibly work, and it's just some ridiculously fiddly, probably movement order dependent shuffling around of objects until they just win the lottery and they go in exactly the right order so that one of them is blocked for long enough. That's the only way I could see this ever being possible without killing all but like 2 of them. Like if the plate surrounding the one that opens the door was a multi-press instead of an on-off, then this would be halfway reasonable. But no, it has to be as difficult as possible to do this. No, I don't like this challenge. I think this is a bad challenge. I am not convinced that there's any reliable, intuitively understandable way to complete this challenge. The only way this could possibly work is by very carefully and meticulously arranging the movement order so that they do precisely the right thing, and just herding them around into exactly the right configuration. And I don't want to do that. That's not any fun to me. I would rather kill the levas, personally. Yeah, I mean, I don't see any way to do this challenge other than to just fluke into exactly the right random configuration that works. Because this is a challenge, nothing is locked behind it. If you like it, if you have an idea of how it works, that's fine. But I don't like it, so I don't want to try to do it. And nothing about the hold obliges me to try to do it, so I would prefer to just not. Like, I'm very convinced that there's no just, like, clever if you think about it intuitively in this way, then it will work every time. This is a very technical, mangle everything into the right order, make sure it's arranged exactly perfectly with the right movement order of everything, and then it will work, kind of thing. Whatever. Anyway, 41st place. I am curious. Like, okay, I'm acknowledging that I did not complete the challenge and I do not want to. I'm not gonna go back and, like, do it if I see how now, but I'm curious whether doing it the challenge way is actually more efficient or something. So I'm gonna see how someone does it fast. Yeah, okay. See, you just kind of wander in luckily. I'm not gonna bother with that. Moving on. So this room, just want the Wubbas to help me out to not die of a roach. If I could lure one into the box ahead of me, just one, not too many, that would be ideal. Simple enough. And I can't actually enter this room this way. Oops. I guess that's the risk of having rooms in your rooms that span across multiple rooms. Did any of that make any sense? Alright, now this is a case of keep the Wubba from dying that I can respect. This is a proper maze, monster maze, to not let the monster die. Sure, fine. Don't do it that way. I don't know who built this into the kennel, going by the lore, but we don't usually question those things in Drod, so it's fine. Maybe this was their exercise track or something, and somehow the volcanoes that power Sadako's central heating, the tectonics, just caused these particular places to become very hot. I don't know. And like this one Wubba survived out of all the other ones that had wandered into this area. Because it happened to be on one of the not-so-hot tiles. Introducing a new custom element, the not-so-hot tile. All you do is stand on it for 10 turns, and then maybe it'll kill you if it feels like it. It's random. I don't know how it's random, because Drod isn't supposed to have randomness, but, you know, we make it work somehow. Alright. This is another protect yourself using Wubba. This time there's only one Wubba. I think I see how to protect myself, though. Gotta get things arranged in just the right way. There we go. Okay, that's interesting. By symmetry with the other room where you genuinely are supposed to just have Wubbas protect you, the opening the force arrow here kind of makes a lot more sense. Because you can go behind it. Anyway. Okay. We need to put Wubbas on all of those buttons. So it makes sense to go from the outside inward as much as possible. Because otherwise they will get themselves, slide themselves off of the buttons again. I also think I need every Wubba to do something, so can't have any of them slackers. Okay, that's all there is to it. Not too bad. And this is another place I shouldn't go. I could have told that by looking at the map for half a second. So, secret rooms, yes or no? There could be one. I just don't know. There are two ways that there could be a secret room. One of these quote-unquote rooms that are existing between rooms, you know what I mean, the ones with the floor mosaic tiles in them and walls surrounding them. One of those could, theoretically, contain a broken wall in a way that lets you go past. But I think I would have visually noticed that if I'd come upon it before. The other possibility is the usual squeeze diagonally between rocks. So I don't see any broken walls I can leverage. That here. Rocks being obstacles, you could squeeze between them. I just don't think that I saw anywhere you could do that along the room edges either. Yeah, I can't do that here. Nothing there, I don't think. Oh no, that wasn't it. And for this room, I don't think so. I don't think there's a way through them. There's no gaps here. Alright, I'm reasonably convinced that there are probably no secret rooms in this level. I don't really see where there could be one as of now, having poked around everywhere along the edges. Alright, I'm pretty sure there's no secret rooms. Or at least I can't find any. So I've tried every place that seems halfway reasonable and didn't locate anything much. So I'm going to leave it at that for now. Alright, and for some reason, I wasn't actually looking closely. My brain thought, oh, I'm down here, right? I didn't actually look at where Beaker was. I just kind of somehow thought he was in a different place from where he was. I'm a little intrigued by the presence of another set of doors over there, but I don't think I can actually go into them. I mean, I could be wrong, but I said doors. I meant stairs. Yeah, I don't think there's any way to actually reach those stairs. It looks like they're just there for symmetry. I'll bet you that if I could warp Bethro onto the tile under those stairs and walk into them, they would just take me to the same place as those stairs. Or they would end the hole prematurely. That'd be kind of funny. But anyway. Next. Palace of Illusion. Is it time for decoys now? I think it is. Being a king is never easy. For some reason, there are always discontented nobles who are eager to murder their ruler and take the crown for themselves so that they in turn can have the pleasure and excitement of living in fear of being murdered by their own discontented subjects, and so on ad infinitum. In an attempt to break the cycle, some kings have employed decoys to take their place at banquets, in case any of the food is poisoned. Being a decoy is widely reckoned to be the second worst career choice in terms of life expectancy. Smite masters on the whole are not happy with occupying the bottom slot, and most will take any opportunity they can to lower a decoy's life expectancy still further. Alright. Shortcut from 6 North. Alright. I guess I won't use that shortcut for now. Decoys attract monsters within a range of 5 tiles. Left-click a decoy to see its range. That's okay, I know a decoy's range as well. Not that I needed to not kill a decoy, but I wanted to. Challenge. Drink only one decoy potion. Okay. Yes, I know how to place a decoy, thank you. I appreciate the help, though. I guess this is the first potion that places something, huh? That didn't really occur to me, but yeah. This is the first time this hold has introduced, hey, this is a potion that you can use to place a thing. Which means we don't have mimics yet? We certainly don't have clones yet, but mimics. Classic. Why should I go there myself when the decoy can push the button just fine? I just need to peel these off a little bit better. There we go. Alright. Well, that's interesting. Decoy as wall. I want to see how an efficient solution looks. Okay. Just be... Okay, obviously, first of all, make sure there are actually 2 tiles to kill the first set of roaches with. And do that by way of placing the decoys with minimal turning around. So 2 of them are facing the same way. Other than that, it's basically the same idea. Alright. This is as simple as waking the eyes, isn't it? Yeah? Ta-da! Oh, oops. I didn't actually want to do that. Okay. That's a one-way tunnel, by the way. I'd have had to go all the way up south and then back up again. Didn't want to do that. Alright, here we are at 6 north. Sense north. We need to convince that roach to go somewhere. I think all I have to do is that. And that. Alright, I guess that's the end of the linear tutorial section, and now we're into the open section. Interesting. I need this. And there. Alright, do I have what I need for those goals? I think so. I don't really know that I can reorganize them very much. No, that's not going to work, though. I need actually for one thing to be a little farther south. Actually, if I place a decoy here, that... No, that's not... So did I mess up the room before I entered it, or... That fixes it. Okay. You're good. Just do that. Just do that. Alright. deal here? I think I see what I need to do. Other way around. Maybe it doesn't matter. If you could leave vibrate in place in a more useful location, thank you. Got it just before it spawned. Okay. So I need to do something to persuade this golem to go exactly in the right way. I think that's all it needs. Be careful. Easy enough. What's the deal here? Oh, there's what appears to be a challenge scroll, potentially. Is the deal with all this? Okay, I need to press this. That means both of these should be held. But holding both of them at once with a decoy each wouldn't work, because then you couldn't get in there. So I think I need to hold one with a decoy and lure a roach inside, perhaps? Or... it's a one-way entrance. I was thinking of trying to do something a little bit weird and somehow make the roach go through here and then he could press this button for me. That doesn't seem likely to work. I'll allow some help at least. Oh, actually, that's not going to work anyway, because I put both of the buttons. No, that should be fine, right? Let's see. So can I use this to swap locations with the roach? Yes, I just needed him to be in the right place. Is there not enough space now? Yeah, no, I don't think that's a realistic thing to try and do. Let's do something sensible instead. Vertical preference. What does the scroll want? Don't step on the southwest. Okay, it's exactly asking for that. Then I guess I should try to do it. So all I need is to achieve that maneuver I managed earlier. Okay, that's all I needed to do. It wasn't that hard. Okay, then make sure I press the beast button with the decoy. Then I can pull the roach south. There we go. How many times has it been that the exact thing I'm like, I bet I could do that difficult thing, turned out to be a challenge? This has got to be at least the third or fourth time by now, right? Alright. What does the scroll say? Don't kill any roaches until the middle roach has left its enclosure. Alright. So these open the way, so I do have to make the roaches actually go there. So I do have to actually free the roaches, but I'm wanting to not kill them yet. That's too early. I can't read yet. So I think the trick is to try and get these other roaches pinned on the decoy for as long as possible. I think maybe that's the wrong one to start with. This is very tricky. Maybe I should try to hit the west one next. There's no way I can do that with the west guy over there. Maybe there's a way. Just if I try to get the east one first, then the west one, whichever one I pull out first is always just going to be in the way of getting any of the others, at least one of the others. That one on the north side instead. I think that's helpful. Yeah, that's extremely helpful. Okay, that's got to be the key to it then. Now, if I can just get that one out without anything else getting in the way. So it's just... I think at this point, if I could just gather all three from the same direction, that would work. Or something like that. Yeah, now this one being on the north side is an inconvenience, of course. Maybe... No, that won't work. most of the way there. I just need to finish. It's really annoyingly hard to do that. I'd like them to all just be on the east side. That would be best, honestly. If I can rotate this one time, why can't I rotate it a second time? I guess the spacing just doesn't work out for that. Decoy is placed where just getting far away won't work either. If it was a somehow immobile soldier, that would work fine. Could I do that one last? There we go. Okay. Alright, that was not too horrible. It required some very careful maneuvering. Alright. So I need to press that button. Since a decoy can't do it, and that roach has to do it for me. How can this work? I guess it's time to learn about the fun and exciting world of decoy priority. Yep. I mean, they just go for the nearest one, but also move order if they are the same distance. Anyway. What's the deal with this? This is, you can toggle doors forever in the decoy, or anybody else that has a sword can do this too. Shut up. You can make a really annoying sound in the player's ear if you make that happen all the time. Alright, what's the deal with this? Oh, this is the classic, isn't it? Wake or kill every eye in so many decoy potions. I don't know if this is necessarily classic, but it's definitely something that I like to do sometimes. The fun trick to pull with something like this is to ensure that it's necessary at least once to specifically stab an eye with a decoy, which you can't wake with that, which you can't like efficiently wake up. I don't know that this puzzle is necessarily going to ask for that. Let's see. Are there any of them that I can't get right now the way things are? Hard to tell. If I do this, then Okay, that plus shape is in the wrong location. But, can I cut for it? What I just said? Not quite, no. Alright, I should probably think more carefully about what I'm doing then. See, I start with something like that. Yeah, the leftovers are again pointing at a spot I can't reach. So... that one. This one? Yeah, that does it. Oh wait, not quite. How do I miss that? Yeah, that isn't gonna do it. I guess it's worth noting that order shouldn't matter. That whatever the 3 correct solution places are, that I should be able to place them in any order whatsoever, and that will work. If I do the most absolutely obvious thing and just try to fill the center with decoys, then that's obviously suboptimal, because now there's just one pair of eyes looking there. So I don't want to actually do that. At this point, there's just one eye that's not... Yeah, there's just one eye that's creating a problem. It's that one. It's weird that there's not a vision token in this room. I'm not saying it's bad, but it seems weird. Maybe it's not expected to be as hard as I'm finding it. Which would probably mean that I'm overthinking something, if that were the case. I'm going to take a note. Oops, not that kind of note. I'm going to take a note using a screenshot to not try these three. One of these three has to be wrong. So say I try two of these three that do something different for the third one. Like this, that. Since I know that one is wrong. So not there. Where else? Could be here. Not there, no. That won't work because that still leaves you with two of them intersecting over it. So in this configuration, these four spots are the only viable ones to put the last two in. But that being the case, there's no way that this can work because it has to be two that are like diagonal, you know, a knight's move away from each other. So I can tell that these two are actually wrong. So I can't be that I put that one there. Now where else could I put one? Well, I have to clear the diagonal ones somehow. So, alright, let's think about this. One of them has to be on this diagonal line, and one of them has to be on that diagonal line. I should envision those as the first two. So one of them has to go in one of these two places, and one of them has a choice of 4 places to go. So maybe I can quickly eliminate if I try this spot first. Then just try the other 4 spots and see if I get a valid configuration for trying those. So now it has to be one of these 4. So suppose I try this one. The 2 remaining spots will be... Actually, I think this should work, right? Because I have 2 diagonally placed options to use. Except maybe I don't. Oh, no, I see the problem. The second one can't be... The second one cannot be a queen's move. Wait, is this the 4 queens problem in disguise, but with some blacked out tiles? Is that what we're doing? Not exactly. They can be diagonal of each other after the first 2. It's just that the first 2 can't be, if I conceptualize the first 2 as being the ones that get the diagonal eyes. Okay, with this, the remaining 2 places are badly placed, so that can't be right. But with this, no, they're orthogonally placed, so that's not right. And it can't be here. So all 4 of these are wrong if I place one there, meaning that this one has to go here. Or there's some other trickery involved. So with that in mind, if I place one there, then the other one could be here or here. If it's here, what do the remaining spaces look like? We've got a plus here and there, and that's no good, but there's one there. So I think this configuration works. So now what I can do is put one here, and put one here, and that's everything I need. Okay, this genuinely required analysis, but intuitive poking around helped lead me to the right thing to analyze. And it occurs to me that isn't there a way to use eyeballs to create the however many queens problem? At least the 2 queens problem, you could create that. You know, where like the placement of 2 decoys has to be in 2 distinct, you know, or the placement of in decoys needs to be in indistinct rows, columns, and diagonals. If you put enough eyes around like a pit with them all, like where when they wake up they'll go to a hot tile, then you could totally recreate the however many queens puzzle entirely inside of Drod. Oh, speaking of puzzles, I've absolutely seen this one before. I want to say I saw something like this in Gigantic Jewel Lost or something like that. I've almost certainly built something like this before, although I couldn't tell you when. So the idea is we need to kind of slide enough space to hit one of these buttons. Looks like it doesn't matter which one. Oh, wait, no. Is there any reason why I couldn't, I think I can hit this button after I clear the room and come back. So I'm trying to hit this button right now, I think. So that means I should try to get rid of this guy. And so I think this is the move to make. And this. And this. Not too bad. And I can come back and try the hard mode for probably a secret room entry. Alright, so now I want to be rid of you. So to be rid of you, I need one of these to be free. If I try to place one here, that'll just block everything. But there are other open tiles to start from. I could start from there. Does that avail me much? Well, yes, actually. This does exactly what I need, mostly. Not entirely, though. I seem to have 1 decoy's worth of waste in this solution attempt. So let's try again. I don't know, I think the place where there are 2 of them crossing swords is a bad place to try to deal with. Suppose I try from the west side. Yeah, this isn't going to reach in time either, or in a number of moves. That's another example of needing 1 more move than I have, so that can't be the one. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Did I miscount? I probably assumed I could do something I can't. Let me think back to what I said. I was trying to get rid of these 2. Then, that would be 4. But I can't reach this one in only 1 move, can I? No, I can't. So, how about these 2? If I'm rid of these 2, then it's just 1, 2, 3. So I would have to get rid of these two in exactly 2 moves, but I can't do that, because I can't reach this without using up 2 moves just for it. I need rid of this. That means I need rid of one of these two. This one is only reachable from that or from that. Let's see, so suppose I can't do that. Then I would need this, and to get this, I would need that. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that it? 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. That's the trick. And off we go to probably... Oh. Okay, I found a Roman numeral door for which I don't have the Roman numeral key. That's nice to know. Okay. From now on, this pathway is open, and I can come back whenever I want. Cool. I guess I'll be checking that out later. But I have it open now. And here's where the exit level door is. 8 north. And what is all this about? This... that are holding down buttons. Why would I ever want to go into this pathway? I don't know. Well, eventually I need to hit that. But all that requires is clearing the room and... well, actually... Okay, that's clear this room with, this is clear the room using 1 less decoy than provided. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I need to go this way because there's a trap door this way. And I need to open the trap door gate to kill this guy. I don't think these hot tiles are relevant to the puzzle. So, basically I have, what? 3 decoys to accomplish my goals? Is that right? Well, I'm pretty sure I can kill that guy without using a decoy. Right? So now it's... yes. Perfect. So that's good enough for that part. Now the last part is getting rid of these two with only 1 decoy, which should be doable enough. Like this? No. Like this? Yes. Perfect. Oh. Ha. Yeah. That's actually kind of neat. You need to use the potion itself to kill the goal. I did not even think about that, nor did I realize that I had left a decoy potion in exactly the right place until right when I needed to have it in the right place. So it's a good coincidence that I just accidentally fixed that. Alright, so the goal here is to wake up the eye and make it go south, I guess. How's the best way to do this? Can I make a wall of decoys and then lure it south myself, maybe? Oh, not quite, not quite. That almost works, though. I wonder wonder how I could buy one more tile's worth of blocking. Well, if I place the last guy like this instead, then his sword will be in the way. And that's it. Nice. Neat secret room. Cool secret entry. I think that's the whole level. And there is a seating beacon here, as usual, in case you missed the secret entry. Now, to me, all of these statues appear to be pointing to the right, to the east. While there are clearly obstacles preventing there from being any broken walls, if I was the architect, I'd use all these statues to say, hey, maybe you should try to go to the east. Maybe I'd put some weird scripting that, like, did something. There's another solution, you say? I'm a little curious. Can I... in level... I'm looking at 8 north, 1 west. Is there a way to pick that out? Oh yeah. Does this... I'm curious if... Oh, okay. That's the entirely different solution, huh? That's kind of neat. You pull the eye along using decoys rather than yourself, rather than blocking it with decoys. That's neat. Okay, let me turn that off. Alright, that's the level about decoys. Hey, a player could very easily just, accidentally bump this, wander to the north, and then find themselves closed off from going back this way. I mean, it doesn't matter, because you can just leave the completion pathway. Leave by the completion pathway, and then you could re-enter the level. It would be kind of funny for someone to completely clear the entire hold but leave that room uncleared because they pushed the seating beacon on their way out. Anyway, do I want to do one more? It looks like this is going to be a level about seeps. Also, just look at the lighting job. That's really neat. This perfectly evokes the idea that there's like some gigantic windows either overhead or like down this way to the south or the north, and there's sunlight coming directly through those giant windows down into the abyss that we're in. That's really cool looking. It's just using dark and light tiles, but in kind of a neat, creative way. I'm gonna poke my head in this, but I want to actually stop in about 20 minutes. So if I'm not done with this level by then, I'm okay with just coming back to it in a couple weeks. The courtyard of a castle is, in a sense, the center of its social life. It is the one place where anyone, from the king himself to the lowest dungeon exterminator, might encounter each other as they pass through on their various errands and enterprises. Over the years the castle stood, its courtyard walls heard many secrets. Lovers' promises, whispers of conspiracy, and recipes for eyeball pudding. The courtyard has been silent for long years now, but the walls remember. Every time the floods come and water seeps through the ceiling, they remember the tears of lovelorn scullery maids pressing themselves into a pillar so that no one would see their face. They remember the footsteps of soldiers tramping home with blood-spattered swords at their sides. And in the deep cracks out of sight of human eyes, they long for the old days to return. Alright. Confirmation of ghosts in Drawed Cannon. Probably not. No. We are watching you throw. Huh? Who said that? Wait a second. It's a different one that says that. Depending on how you move. Is there some logic to it? How did I make a different one say it? Somehow I got the south one to say it. Whatever. Anyway, we are watching you, Bethro. What? Who said that? Yeah, we can't actually complete this room right now, so... Gonna go that way. Oh. Oh, is that what it is? So if I turn this... If I turn north, then it's that one. That's neat. To be fair, I wouldn't have noticed it if I hadn't, like, I don't know, bumbled around randomly, restarted the room for no reason, done other various random things. Anyway, basic monster names. Fun times. Yeah, I had just a brief flash of, did they make something random based on Bethro's position? Like, because Drod obviously can't have actual randomness, but it's very easy to have programmed pseudo-randomness that responds to either, you know, things the player is in control of and wouldn't necessarily usually be managing, such as Bethro's exact position, or how many turns have passed in the entire hole, being even or odd. Things like that, we will always be watching. Things like that, you could make quote-unquote randomness out of, so that different people are likely to have different experiences. But I was kind of... It didn't seem very likely that the hold would have that, so I wasn't initially sure, like, you know, why they were doing two different things. If there's a direct intentional logic, that makes sense. Oh, those things are creepy. Maybe I can get away from them up here. He doesn't say that if I go east. He doesn't say that if I go west. He says that only if I go north. Interesting. And to the north, we have an absolutely, completely, and totally different element introduction taking over the seed level. And that is orthosquares. Fascinating. So Bethro says maybe I'll get away from them, because he actually will get away from them, however temporarily. Easy enough. Okay. This is not orthosquares. This is just straight up some kind of... No, it is orthosquares. They're right here. I didn't see them for a minute there. What is going on in this room? We've got... This queen is going to spawn, and the spawns will push that button. And that button lets you push that button, which opens these doors. Okay. Okay, I understand. This is one of those achieve a goal while being bothered by a horde kind of rooms. In this case, the goal has the additional constraint that you can't hang out in the middle of the room, because that roach will step onto the button that closes some crucial doors if you do any such hanging out. I really should do that. Make sure my sword's in a good direction. Alright. And naturally, it's not over until it's over. Don't turn your sword there. Let's see. somehow having more trouble after the room is basically done than I did while playing the room is certainly a thing. Yeah, don't move, don't hang out. Okay, actually that would have been okay, because those are outward force arrows, that would have been fine. Let's go this way. This looks like ordinary roach horde, but with ortho squares. So my inclination is to clear the top first, and then make my way southward. Just imagine, there might be an alternate universe of sorts. I mean, I don't believe in alternate universes necessarily, but the hypothetical universe where all of Broad is like this because you can't move diagonally. Would it be as beloved? I mean, there's a lot of perfectly fine and great puzzle games where you can't move diagonally, even brand new ones. So maybe it wouldn't make that big of a difference. But diagonality kind of feels unique to Broad itself anyway. Don't stand on the force arrow. There we go. So I guess the Seep had to share their level with ortho squares because it's the theme of hauntedness. Oh no. Oh no. I've got to go back and face those, whatever they are, like slime seeping through the walls. Seep, that's it. That's a good name for them. Interesting. So if Bthrow doesn't go to that room until after it's clear, doesn't go to that entrance of that room until after I've cleared it, he can't say that then. Which must mean that you don't get that line. It wouldn't make any sense, right? I imagine he says a similar line if you do go and fight the Seep right off the bat. I don't feel like restoring to test. I don't know, it wouldn't be that bad to restore to test, would it? Oh hey, it's I want to compare this to something, but it's difficult for me to remember exactly what. I want to say that I've encountered a puzzle like this in a Zelda game, but I don't know if that's actually true. I know that I've encountered something that has like similar constraints built into it. I don't think it was necessarily a Zelda game. I swear I've seen this before though. And like outside of Broad, but I could be wrong. I could be misremembering. That's completely possible. Oh yeah, okay. I can manage this by just moving the square together. And yeah. And pull the other parts like that. I don't know, something just feels very familiar about that design. That, like, kind of, you pull these things along exactly like rows or columns. I just can't quite put my mind on where I remember it from. Oh, you have to be a little careful at the end here as well. That's fine. That'll do it. Well, that was neat. Also an Ortho Squares puzzle. I think that's the Ortho Squares side quest done. Not really a side quest, but quest, I guess. For now. Possibly... Yeah, okay. You have to be introduced to Ortho Squares, and you have to complete this room involving Seep to unlock that way, which strongly suggests to me that past there is going to be a room where you combine the two. Alright, here is a similar room to that other one, but this one asks a little bit more. Excuse me, please. This one is 3 separate mazes that need to be simultaneously solved, kinda. And that guy. So I think I need that one in place first, because it's... I don't know. Seems pretty easy to keep it in position compared to the others. Okay, 3 out of 4. That one's probably too complicated and it's gonna land. Yeah, it's gonna pull everything else out of alignment. Of course. Looks like I have to go all the way around to deal with that one. Just doing that one is going to cause this one to go out of alignment. And then I have to go all the way back around to put it in place. Again, 2 out of 3, but a different 2 out of 3. How can I keep that one in place? What can I do with that one to make this one behave too? I don't really see it. Yeah, that absolutely requires you to go around in exactly this way. Then that one will move to the wrong place if you do that. And if I dare go back to the west, then that one in the middle will go to the wrong place. I have to go all the way down here to get that one in position. I don't really have a choice in that matter. Then this one's in the wrong place, and that one's going to pull out of alignment too. Yeah, now that one's way back in its square. How is this meant to work? This one... So the one that starts in the northwest and the one that starts in the southeast seem to be mutually incompatible with each other. But all 4 of them have to be on the doors at the same time, right? There's not some trick that would let me reclose the doors or something. As far as I can tell, there is no way to keep this one on its door or around its door while bringing that one to its door. And if I pull this one back to its door, then that one's going to move off. So are seed canonically ghosts? I mean, it's not really... I can't think of any time when it's ever been explained in the Drawd lore exactly what seep-like specifically are supposed to be. I mean, you know, not everything necessarily has a fully fleshed out explanation, but like, you know, puffs are like, they're air creatures, they're cold or something. Roaches don't really feel like, how did I do that? I was not thinking, and I was just wandering around while talking, and somehow I solved the room. What did I do right? When I was trying to think about it, I couldn't make it work. What did I do at the end there? Let's see. Yeah. Here's me stumbling around. Yeah. What was the magic trick that I pulled, and then didn't even realize it until I'd already done it? There's a lot of stumbling around, yes. Then twist that way. Pull that one back out. Oh. Okay. So the trick is to use that little corner there, get them all into this position, and then do that. Okay. I kind of understand what I did right now, at least. Yeah, the thing is, if Seeper's supposed to be digging through the walls, they should leave damage, right? The walls should be hurt by them digging through them. But they clearly don't do anything to the walls because they leave them exactly as they were before. Right? So this is interesting. Thanks to all the hedge mazes, we need to somehow keep all the seep from going onto the force arrows. Feels like something to do with where I enter the room from. Like, if I do this... that makes 3 out of 4 of them safe. But how do I deal with that last one? Maybe if I run this way quickly enough? No, that's gonna keep... that one's also gonna mess up. There's definitely no way to get far enough north from here. Like, I can't get far enough north quickly enough to deal with that. Here, from this entrance, the north ones seem to be impossible to fix. Although, maybe not quite impossible. Hang on. Which way do I want to face? That way? Yeah, kill that one. Okay, that's it. That's the solution. Make use of this corner from a distance, and very carefully manage things near me while keeping that one from trapping itself. Alright. Has to be that entrance, right? No wonder I got 12th place. There's not very many correct solutions to this one, right? So it's just a matter of being efficient after the beginning, I think, to get a high placement. Alright, what do we have here? That closes the door, sure. Is there anything else I can actually do to influence the seep's path? Apparently there is. Okay. Sure. I mean, I think that's just something, like if that was a roach and open area and walls, I think it would work exactly the same way. So, fine. This is the same idea. It's behind a green door from that room. So this is try to apply the ideas I just saw to in some extent, in some way. So try to construct a path for the seep. Okay. We can freely toggle things, which is good. Because I definitely want to break that. This also looks like a dead-end only kind of wall. As well as this one. So it's that one. Those are all definitely dead ends. Now what I need to do from there is try to make sure that the seep has a path to me. So I think that should work. No. Excuse me. Maybe... So that's interesting. If I could make the seep use this path would be perfect. But I actually can't use this exact path because, yeah, I'd trap myself in place if I tried. But, this is definitely a bad one. And there's definitely no way that that's helpful. Nor can this be helpful. So it has to be something... Yeah, basically there's only one cracked wall that could be helpful, and it's that one right there. The only way for it to be helpful would be if the path goes that way. It goes to the south there. And trying to make the path go that way won't work because I would need to be able to make my way to and from this orb without reactivating it. Seems that no matter which of these two ways I make it go, it's going to get stuck in a wall, or stuck in a dead end. Oh, maybe not. Okay, maybe I just needed to move to the north part of my enclosure for that to work out. Alright then. Here we've got a trapdoor puzzle. The last trapdoor pressed should be one on the south side, after somehow managing to get the seep into the right position. So the reckless attempt at a solution is to just drop everything except for the one that I know I'm going to need. Yeah, I don't think that's the right way to do it, but maybe. Alright, let's see. Oh. Neat. Okay, let's pretend for a moment that these weren't trapdoors. How would I go about putting the seep in that position? From where I start. How could I achieve that? I don't know. I just don't see how I could get far enough quickly enough, even by the use of the tunnels. So I'm trying to think. If that was a yellow door, and the orb was just right here, somewhere in this cloud of trapdoors now, how would I solve this room then? Because if I have an idea of that, then I should be able to just apply that to this situation. But I can't see a good way to get that thing to stay on the trap door, on the red door, for long enough for it to do anything useful. What I'd need would be a tunnel that just goes straight north-south, rather than this roundabout set of tunnels, which just seem to kind of... yeah, they're just a bit much. They're not really any faster than just running around. Maybe I should imagine the orb is on the east side rather than the south side. That's it. Okay, I just need to go back and clear all but one of those trapdoors real quick. So back here, just clear all that. Okay. Now I just pull the guy down here. And done. That wasn't so bad. I just had to think about it from the right perspective. Effectively, all those trapdoors are kind of a lot of noise. You should imagine there's just an orb in each of those four positions and think which of these orbs is actually useful for killing the seep. Because of that hook shape in the wall here, that makes coming from the east to the west not really viable. And going from north to south doesn't work because there's nothing like this gap in that direction. But west to east works precisely because of the gap. I think that's the best I can do to explain it. So what's the deal with this? We've got a seep there. Oh, that's yellow. It looks green because of all the lighting. So I need to do something to close that door to be able to reach this seep. But then I need to open that door immediately afterward, or close enough. Oh, I see what the roach is for. Yeah, this is the classic, hey, regular monsters can block seep if they're able to interact at all. So when can they interact? Well, specifically when you have a monster standing on a door. So the tricky part is going to be getting this roach to stand on the door, of course, and not kill me or die on the way to it. I think that should do it. Yeah, there we go. Yay! This is like the one way that regular monsters and seep can directly interact with each other, is they can block each other if there happens to be a door involved. Secret variant. Oh boy. What are we looking at here then? Well, doesn't look like we're blocking the seep with a monster this time. Instead, I need to get a roach on one of these buttons so that the seep can stand there, and then do something that makes the seep, that lets the seep off. And just to be clear, okay, I can't tell visually, maybe just because of the lighting, what the configuration of broken walls is, so I was just trying to work out what it was. So I think how I should start is like this, maybe? I'd very much like to, there we go, hold that like that. So now, I have to do something that lets me stand in the center, yet causes that door to open. If this broken wall, if this wall here was a broken wall, then this would be fairly easy. I could just go up here, go down, then step south exactly when the seep's there. But of course that won't work. So I need to do something else. Well, obviously there's not just going to be 2 roaches for no reason. So one of them somehow needs to be in a position where it's not on the button right now, but will come to the button if I do something on these tunnels. How is that supposed to work? I don't know. The access to freeing the roaches is all the way over here. And once I free the roach, it's, free. It's gonna wander around however it feels like. I don't see how this can work. I only have access to making a roach stand or not stand on a button if I go west or east. But I'm not allowed to do that if I'm on the tunnels and trying to kill the seep that way. Something like that can work. Okay. So let's start with you. Let's start with opening the way in, first of all. And also this. Right. And we'll start with you. And your job start with you. So your job is to just be on this button. Yeah, in that case I shouldn't... Okay, I just need to do that twice, right? Kinda. So with you... Move that way. I should just do that. Okay. Then I want to break as little wall as possible here. There we go. Put him there. Then I need to pull this one also to the north side. This is kind of tricky to make work. Maybe... Okay, I'm gonna have to... This is really awkward, but it's the only way I think I can make this work. Oh, this is really annoying. Okay, do that. That's bad. Okay. I think I messed up with how I set these. So... they should go in opposite directions, I think. So this one... I'm going to very awkwardly pull a roach all the way back and forth so that it will stand on the button. And then this one, I want to do basically exactly the same thing, but without the other one going to the wrong position. Okay, there, that's it. This will solve it. I just need to find the right timing. So that's 2 turns too late. Perfect. Okay. That was very tricky to make work. I think it helped that I stumbled into, like, the kind of general technique that I needed at one point, and it was just like, oh, I need to do that but better. Alright. Could this be the room where Beethro names them? Or maybe he always names them in that room, regardless of where you enter it from. Anyway. So this is, what, a straight horde room? This is Seep Horde while also Queen Horde? Roach Horde? Queen? Roach Queens in a Horde. But first I have to find a way in that doesn't instantly kill me. I think this is an egress that will work. Am I using that word right? Ingress probably is the word I want. I think egress is for leaving. Well, this would be a lot nastier if anything, if we have brains, but it's not so bad with just regular enemies. Once you find your way in, most of the work is kind of done, I think. Feels that way to me, at least. I guess a less experienced player, as the semi-intended audience of the early parts of this game, would find this pretty tough, even without any brain. Yeah, I've messed myself up there. I just need to be rid of these, actually, first. Alright. And here we are. So... oh, there are 4 orbs. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. Alright. I bet I should solve these from smallest to largest. I could imagine Beethro instead being like, seeps are no big deal. How bad can a monster be when you can kill it by just opening a door? Anyway, I don't know, I can imagine maybe a different Spite Master from Beethro who's super overconfident saying that. Alright, that's that. Now I just go back to the Ortho Square path and I can find out what lies beyond. So my guess is that the scripting that has Beethro say, like, oh, I'm going to name these seep because they seep through the walls, has him saying that in this room regardless of which entrance you start him out from. So if you come to this room first from the south side, he probably says something slightly different, would be my guess. Yeah, here we have the blue door, but we're not quite done yet because we need to put seep and Ortho squares together. And in this case, it's in the form of a trapdoor puzzle. So... does it matter which way I enter from? It can't, right? Aside from perhaps the consideration that if I enter the wrong way, the seeps will kill me. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. No, what I should worry about is that I'm doing an Ortho Square trapdoor puzzle, which means there are a lot more ways to cut off your path than usual, or something like that. There are a lot more shapes that amount to paths you can't, you have to take in one go, I guess. A lot more ways to cut your path. Pretty much exactly what I said already. So, for example, here I have to go like that. In some sense, Ortho squares actually make trapdoor puzzles a little bit easier, because you don't have to worry about the extra connectivity of diagonal paths. It's when you mix Ortho squares and not Ortho squares that can really make things tricky, I think. Alright, I just finished the level, but I also just noticed this. And this is a monster maze with Ortho squares. Alright. So I just need to bring you along. I need to mind the vertical preference. So that means I need to do this. Oh, that's weird. We have momentum instead of vertical preference here? That's strange, isn't it? Do seep obey strict vertical preference? This suggests that they don't. Because strict vertical preference would suggest that it should just go north here. But instead, it just keeps going east. I probably misunderstand something about how that preference interacts with being, trying to slide diagonally but being unable to. Let's see. What could the trick here be? If I try to... maybe I should do that. I don't necessarily think that helps immediately. It does let me do this. Does this help? Maybe. Yeah, okay. Here I can take advantage of that. No? But why? I must not understand how seep move, I guess. I thought for sure it would keep going west the same way it kept going east earlier, but it's not, and I don't really know why. Maybe I need to give myself more space for some reason. put it all the way down here. Maybe... I have a bad feeling about that hook shape. I think maybe that gets it stuck. Yeah, does Seep actually obey a different, like, priority of movement other than vertical preference? Because that would definitely be something that I didn't know. I don't actually completely understand this. Oh well. I think it's trying to move diagonally, but it's like when it can't, it tries to go whichever way is fastest? Which is weird. I don't know, to be perfectly honest, I don't use Seep all that often in puzzles, especially not specifically how Seep move, I guess. So it's not something that I have a great deep understanding of. Alright. Well, that's the Seep level. And I'm only slightly later than I thought I would like to be. Let's just take care of this quick maze to get credit for the level done. Okay, that makes sense. It just feels really weird when I'm so used to vertical preference from everything. Alright, there we go. I have cleared this level, which means that next time, in about 2 weeks, I would probably like to try and do some cleanup. Unfortunately, that means I'm going to have to go back to that one awful secret room in the raft level and try to figure out what I can do with it. Wait a minute. What is this? Okay, never mind. Next time I'm going to find out what this is. So, yeah. Let's check this out next time in a couple weeks, and then I'll do cleanup, and that will include that awful room in the raft level that I couldn't figure out with exchanging a roach and a queen somehow. But for now, that should do it for tonight. I need to go make sure to clip off the part of this stream that accidentally spoiled something, and then I am going to be doing other things. So, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed reasonably well. Is that showing up? Yeah. Alright, well, good night. Farewell for now. Should be back in a couple of weeks' time. Bethro is sleeping.